the second time it's happened to me where I set a video to start later and it starts instantly when I'm not quite ready, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and roll with it. So I'm in the middle of spring cleaning, even though I guess it is getting close to spring, right? No, it's almost summer. What the heck? Where is my mind today? Anyway, and I was putting figures away and I noticed this clamp champ was a little opened, and I thought, you know what? It takes less room just to go ahead and open them all the way. Since the box is already split, let's just go ahead and rip them open and check out Clamp Champ. So before we do, let's take a look at the box. It says Deluxe Figure Set. Now, as you guys know, I buy Clamp Champ for one reason, and that is to make, where is he? Here he is. My Hebro figure. Hebro. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so here's my Hebro figure that I usually make from Clamp Champs. And I've made all different kinds. And thanks to one of the viewers here, I actually have a Masterverse version too that I was not planning on getting. But I don't have a Clamp Champ because I always make Hebros out of them. So let's go ahead and rip this guy open. Here's the back of the box. Oh, the comic already came out. It shows he has his clamp. Hey, Mike. And it shows other figures in the line. And here's where we got the Battle Armor He-Man and She-Ra and Roboto and Battle Armor Skeletor and Merman and Zodak and Clamp Champ. It's funny, here they just say Cosmic Enforcer. They have it in blue, so you know it's supposed to be heroic, which is funny how he's changed sides so many times like that, from being evil to neutral to good, and it's just kind of funny. And now they just use the colors to identify. I guess this Heroic Warriors at the top. Heroic Warriors, and there they are. And here are the Evil Warriors. The Evil Warriors for 2021. It's hard to believe it's 2025 already. That is just crazy, crazy. I forgot to turn on my YouTube on my iPad so I can see what you guys are saying. So let me go ahead and close this one here. And let me just open up the video here. There we go. And let me do an audio check. There we go. Unicron, thanks for joining us. Figuratively speaking, thanks for being here. Is that Loki Strife? I can't tell. Something Strife. Thanks for joining us. And let's go ahead and get this guy open. And let's see what Clamp Champ has to offer. Now, I've already done a Clamp Champ video a long time ago. Oops, his hand's falling out too. See, it's a good thing I'm opening him because he's going to come apart and fall out of the box anyway. So let's just get him out of there now. Oh, there goes his head. Dude, you lost your second head. So here is the Clamp Champ of power. So what's funny about Clamp Champ, for those that do not know, is when I first got my Clamp Champ, I actually got him from the 80s, and he was just like this. No armor, no weapons, and being I got out of He-Man before Clamp Champ was released, I had no clue who this figure was. Like, I don't know who this guy is. I just noticed he was, you know, some sort of black He-Man. And so I ended up taking a picture of him, sending to He-Man.org and asking them, hey, who is this guy? Well, I went to work that day, and while I was at work, a friend of mine and I were talking about the different figures, and we came up with the name Hebro. And before I left for work, I put He-Man's armor on. It was he had no armor on. And that's how Hebro got born, was just from my friend and I talking and not knowing who this character was. And I had to come up with a name for him, and bada bing, bada boom. And so my first version just had the gray He-Man armor on, and that was it. And the gray He-Man axe and sword. And then later on, somebody made a custom figure for me, and Matthew did. And when he made it, he actually cast a whole new figure and made yellow armor with green on it. And I liked that a lot. The yellow armor had red spots on it where the squares are. And then I think he had the green here. I can't remember what the wrist colors were. It's in my main picture. I don't remember though. But anyway, and it was just kind of cool. So that is how the yellow and green came about. So the original toy, it had some sort of action feature. When you pull this back, it would snap. So they'd be in all the time until you pulled it, and then it would snap shut. So you could just whap and snap people and grab them. This one works the opposite. You pull it back first, it locks into place, and then you pull the trigger, or push the button, I guess. You don't pull the trigger at all. And then it just releases it. You can see the release mechanism inside there that causes it to work. There it is. You can see that or not. So a little bit different way it works. Now, on the original toy, it had a small little spot here, like a square or something for his thumb to fit up in there so it wouldn't hit. In this one, they just made the handle extra long, but the thumb still does hit. So they should have learned something from the old one, the original one, that had that extra little spot for his thumb to go up inside of. But I guess it works if you want to work it from the shoulder. Now, 2000X came up with the idea of the extra claw. And you'll see that in 2000X styling, that they have the extra claw. They also got tubes connected to it too. So that was kind of cool too. And then of course, when they came out with classics, they also gave them the extra claw. Now you can take and replace this open hand with the closed hand. And you guys know I like to use closed hands in all of my figures. So you're probably asking, why is closed hands so important? Well, I used to play this game with my kids, and it was called Hebrews Battle Board. And in the game, depending on what you had in your hands, depended on what your figure's attack and defense was. And so having two hands was great. Now, if you had a shield, open hand worked fine for the shield. But in this case, you want an extra claw for extra damage attack, then you need that. And of course, armor changed the figure's defense as well. All right, so wait a second. Those heads look slightly different. Right? It's just my imagination. I think it's the way they painted the teeth. It gives it a little different look. I'm not a fan of this head. It just looks kind of creepy. Now, it's kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of the guy from, what was that show called? SG-1, Stargate. And just kind of reminds me of what the SG-1 guy looked like. I forgot to turn on my background. Lunch. There we go. Ta-da! All right, even though the video's almost over now, but I don't want the same head as Hebrew to be on Clamp Champ, because he's a different character in my book. So I'm deciding what I want to do, because I really don't like this head. It just looks like he's an evil version of Clamp Champ. Like something went wrong. He's being conniving. There's something going on. But I guess there's other characters in the He-Man land that have the exact same head. I mean, obviously Faker and He-Man do, because he's supposed to be a robot of He-Man. But we have other characters too, like Stinkor and Merman, or Beastman and Mossman. And there's some other characters too that use the same head. And especially when it comes to Sunman, we got a lot of extra heads being used. Happy Clamp Champ. Thanks, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Who else is on here? Mike's on here again. The Collector. Time flies when you collect toys. Yes, it does. It's crazy. So I guess now I have... It just looks different. Does it look different to you too? I mean, does the face look like the paint job on around the eyes is different too? These eyes look more beady, and these eyes look a little more open. Yeah, it really is that way, isn't it? It's not just me being picky. You can actually see the eyes are actually different sizes. Weird. Weird. Anyway, so now I got a Clamp Champ. Clamp Champ. Would have been cool to get the one with the other skin tone, because they had a short run of a Clamp Champ with a different skin tone. That would have been cool. Then it would have been definitely different. Bro, you're losing all your accessories. All right, anyway, back to cleaning for me. So I will see you guys next video. I just want to get things cleaning. Hey, Ronald, thanks for joining us. It is that why. Yes. Beatbox Academy. Clamp Champ and who? This is Hebrew. This is what the channel's named after. And this is the character right there. There you go. All right. Anyway, until next time, good journey. Good journey. And I will see you guys next video. As I clean, I might come across something else to make a video of, so we'll see. Who's the guy in the yellow? This is my character, Hebro. If you want to know more about him, go to he-bro.com, he-bro.com. And that is what the channel's named after, is this character here that I created. So there you go. Bye now.